conservative media, you have to understand something. When I watch the way the American downfall of the metropolitan area and Democrat-run cities is discussed, it's almost as if we believe in some stretch of the imagination that these Marxist communists wanted to destroy the country from within in these major cities, these metropolitan areas, and then just leave the ashes. No, that wasn't the case. Go back to 2020 and push beyond the George Floyd protests and riots, some people call them. Some were riots, some were just peaceful protests, like the silent march we had that got co-opted with the BLM media, and all of a sudden, oh, Royce is BLM. No. BLM don't like no black men that believe in the Second Amendment, never have, never will, because they're a scam organization. But go back to 2020, here in Minneapolis. The real authoritarianism, the real fascist, dictatorship, the real overreach of government was Tim Walz implementing martial law because of COVID-19. Never forget that Tampon Tim set up a snitch line for people to tell on their neighbors, and he had police officers marching through the streets because we couldn't go outside. The virus was too dangerous. And there's actually video of officers on foot patrol in big numbers shooting rubber bullets at Minnesotans who were just standing in their doorway. I mean, that's how tyrannical things really got here in the belly of the beast. I'm just trying to help you all understand. That was much closer to martial law than anything Donald Trump is doing in D.C., and why do I say that? Because COVID-19 had no real legitimacy to demand that type of police presence. It's a scam. We know it now. In retrospect, it was a scam. Even if you say COVID, was a real virus, population, in some places people did get really sick and the hospitals were overwhelmed and whatnot. But to go outside was never the issue. And they knew it then. Come on, they knew that COVID-19 wasn't an airborne illness back in 2020. In the first 90 days after it hit Wuhan, everybody knew it wasn't going to be airborne. And that's why I held they talked about the COVID-19 spikes. I held a demonstration at the Fed with 10,000 people, and there was no report of any cluster spikes of COVID-19. What Tim Walz did during COVID here in Minnesota was much closer to martial law regarding the lockdowns and COVID than anything Donald Trump is doing in Washington, D.C. And I say that for a reason, because, and I've said this before, I said it on War Room, I said it on Alex, and I said it back when I was on Jason Whitlock. I told people, understand that the real goal of turning these metropolitan areas, these inner cities, into chaotic, violent cesspools, the real goal of it is to create chaos so that they can come in and implement martial law. They're just waiting for it to get bad enough. They showed us. They were just waiting for the country to collapse so they could come in and take control. Now, since they don't have the levers of power and there's no real opportunity for them to take control through martial law, now, everything is martial law and it's tyranny. But I guarantee you, just like the D.C. mayor there said, we want the National Guard. They were lining it up. They were building it up. But they're a little bit smarter than we are in the sense that what they really wanted was for us to beg for tyranny. They wanted the conservatives to beg for tyranny. They wanted the conservatives to be the ones to say, you know what, we will give up certain constitutional rights because of how bad the inner cities are and how scared we are of it. And that's where you got to understand the enemy, the great enemy. When they say we are battling powers and principalities, there's the double cross and the triple cross.